Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. I want to go ahead and apologize for not really releasing any new content this week. I've been having to work two 12-hour shifts, and unfortunately I've also picked up some kind of sickness, like being under the weather, some kind of upper respiratory infection. But thankfully I am better, so we have finally got back, and for today's episode I'm going to be using the Porsche Turbo 911 from 1981. I actually did mention this car in my previous episode, so I'll be giving you guys a full thorough guide on how to get the car, the upgrades you'll need for this car. There's also a special livery which I'm going to showcase and share with you guys, and hopefully by the end of this episode this car will help out, and if this does not, then I would really recommend just saving it for the moment. So for our first step, of course, is how to get this car. This car can only be found in the used car dealership, and as you can see from the screen, unfortunately it's not here. But I did see this car, I believe it was like last week, so hopefully you did have the chance to pick it up. And if you haven't, then unfortunately you'll have to wait till it actually spawns back into the game before you get another chance to actually buy this car. So hopefully it'll return pretty soon, that way you'll be able to try out this particular build. So after you grab your car, the next thing you're going to do with that car is we're going to go ahead and go to GT Auto, and the only thing you're going to be doing at GT Auto is going to go ahead and acquire the wide body build. And as you can see, it's going to cost you about 50,000 credits overall, and it should lower the PP points just by a little bit. So as I had mentioned before, every PP point does matter when it comes to Expressway. So for the parts you'll need from the tuning shop, as we can see here, for the sports category, just make sure you have weight reduction stage 1 with sport hard tires. After that, for club sports, it's going to be weight reduction stage 2. For semi-racing, it's going to be fully customized computer, high RPM turbocharger with the fully customized LSD, fully customizable manual transmission, weight reduction stage 3 with increased bi-rigidity. And then for the last category for racing, polished ports, anti-lag system, racing intercooler, racing air filter, racing exhaust manifold, and that's going to be pretty much be it for all the parts in the car. So if you guys want to pretty much follow me in the game, here's my profile, Jeffrey GT97YT, and if you're curious on how to either follow me in the game or how to follow another user in the game, here is some quick steps that you can actually could use for a guide to follow me in the game if you want to follow me in the game whenever I do some videos. And if there's a particular livery that you like for you yourself want to use that I use for my videos, that can help you a lot of time and some energy just to save you the effort of trying to search out livery. So I do have this particular livery saved in my newsfeed, so if you do in fact follow me in the game, it should be like the very first thing you see when it comes up to my newsfeed. So we're going to go ahead and click on my activity, and as we do so, it's going to be this very classic Porsche Rothmans Porsche livery. I thought it looked pretty good on this car, and that's why I particularly chose it for this car. Now the one thing I would recommend doing is before you actually grab this livery, just go ahead and just make sure you have the car set to wide, that way you can have that already set and ready to go. If you want to figure out the key hashtags to search this livery, just search Rothmans or Porsche, and it should be able to come up pretty quickly. Now let's say if you do not want this livery in particular, but you instead want to have your own personal livery, or maybe just keep it as is. Here's the part. We'll start off with the wheels. Thankfully they're pretty easy, just make sure you keep them as is, that's already in the car. After you get your wheels set to standard, the only next thing you'll worry about is custom parts, and you can see we have all 4 categories customizable. So the first thing we're going to go through is going to be the front bumper. Make sure you choose type B. After you get that choice chosen, the size is going to be type A. For the rear bumper, type A, and then for your last custom part, it's going to be the wing, type A as well, and that's going to be pretty much for it for the parts. Now if you're curious about the roll cage, as you can see here, the roll cage is actually set to none. So as long as you have those 4 parts selected carefully and perfectly, you'll be good to go. So here is the quick list of the tuning sheet, and as you can see here it is right here. I would recommend just pausing the episode, that way you can just basically follow everything you see from this guide. Just make sure you just have the downforce, make sure you have just the front and the back downforce the way it is, and just make sure you also have the fully customized transmission the way it is set to. That's the only thing to worry about. For the other part of the list, like I said before, just make sure you just copy everything down you see, and you should be good to go when it comes to be ready for this race. But yeah, the car overall is going to be pretty smooth in this race. It's not going to be a very fast car compared to a GTR or an NSX. When it comes to top speed, this car is more of a long endurance, fuel efficient car with some really decently good handling. So that's going to be it for the tune. Let's go ahead and get ready for the race. And as you can see, it's going to take a little bit while for our car to actually get up to speed. And if you're curious on what the top speed is going to be like for this car, it's going to be roughly between the low to mid 180s. So like I said before, you're not going to be not nearly as fast when it comes to the straight line compared to the GTR or the NSX. But the handling for this car will feel pretty good. And for this race, I actually am using my PSI controller for this car, and I'll admit this car actually did feel very, very smooth in this race. You just have to get used to the braking points and pretty much everything else. But you could just tell just by even going back to the full throttle, the car had like little reaction of being either loose or oversteer. It was very planted and very smooth transition from the power to the car. As you can see, as we make our way through the field, also very grippy. We have 4 wheels below that white line as well, so this car has some really, really good handling, very good grip as well. As we get to the other part of Sector 2, we're going to make a lot of time on the green Mercedes-Benz GTR, and I believe we're going to try and make a move if we possibly can in the next couple corners. As we get ready for this next braking point, we're going to be really close behind the GTR. We do get a nice apex out of that corner. That's going to allow us to get a nice run, and we're also going to take away that racing line away from the green GTR, and that's going to put us in P7. So first lap, we're going to be in P7, so we're actually going to be further back than we're accustomed to, and that's probably because our car is just lacking a little bit on the main pace of the top speed. But other than that, everything else in the car seems to be very good, especially the fuel economy. As you can see on the fuel, the car can really last very, very long on this tank of gas. Actually, you should be the car that has the best fuel mileage overall. So as we cross our very first lap, of course it's going to be P7, but other than that, the car just did very, very well in this race. And fortunately for this race, we actually had a rare occurrence where the top 3 drivers, the GTR, the RX-7, and the NSX, actually all pretty much stayed together, and basically we're pretty much running away with it in this particular race. So it's going to be a lot later into lap number 6, and won't be until we actually take the lead. And you can just see the gap difference between the GTR and the 98 Impreza. I mean, once those 3 cars do get hooked up in a line, they go very quickly. Matter of fact, you can see that Gallo was able to pull down a 208. So that just proves that once these 3 cars are together at a very close distance, that they can actually do run a lot better than compared to if they're running by themselves. But nonetheless, we got the lead on lap 6. We basically pulled away from the RX-7. Fast forward to lap 8, it's going to be our official hot lap for this race. So I really would encourage you guys just to watch this hot lap, which hopefully does help out, and then I'll see you guys when we get to our pit stop. Okay, so fast forward to lap number 9. This is going to be our official lap to pit. And for this particular pit stop, all I'll be doing here is going to be refilling the fuel on the car. The tires are in really good shape, so there really isn't no danger on not changing the tires on this car. So we're going to refill until we pass that little diamond icon on the screen, and then once we do, we go back out to the track, do the rest of the laps like it's a time trial event, and that's going to be it for the race. So for the finishing race, it's going to be a 26:31, which isn't too bad, but there are some other cars out there in the game that can actually easily beat that time. So not too bad. If you have the car, I would recommend giving it a shot, and if it doesn't work out for you, then I would really suggest trying it at Le Mans. So for our next preview, it's going to be using a Subaru WRX STI from 2004. I thought it would be a good chance to try to do an up-to-date build with this particular car, and I grabbed it from the used car dealership. Very affordable, very not expensive, very cheap. I thought it would be a good build to showcase in the next event. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully that tune helps out. If there is a particular build you'd like for me to try out, so you're more welcome to have that suggestion add to the comments below. If you guys really enjoyed today's episode, like to see more of my content later in the future, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. If you want to check out that last episode, there it is right there on the screen as well. If you're more than welcome to check it out as well. And with that being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.